Hey everyone, Metagross Freak here with a quick video on my level 70 Claptrap build. I realized that my level 51 was pretty outdated, and I had a couple people complaining that my opinion on building a fully tank Claptrap wasn't fun enough, so I've decided to show my level 71 where I get a little bit less tankiness, but I'll give it more gun damage and gun bonuses. I choose not to go down Fragmented Frag Trap because as a person who prefers SMGs, lasers, and pistols, Fragmented Frag Trap doesn't really help me with that, because I find that Fragmented Frag Trap chooses to use a lot of shotguns and assault rifles, which is really annoying because I don't like using them. I start off on the Boom Trap tree. In fact, this is basically the order I'm going in as I'm leveling up my Claptrap. I go down and drop the hammer because reloading gives you more reload speed and fire rate at the cost of a little bit of accuracy, which is nice. Next up, I'm going to go down Coincidental Combustion because shooting weapons gives me a chance to deal explosive damage, which is nice. Second one by TDR is just a fight for your life upgrade. Load and Explode increases the explosive damage you can be doing with Coincidental Combustion. And one last thing gives you increased damage on the last shot in your magazine, which, guess what, has a 35% chance to do explosive and bonus explosive damage. Living near the edge gives you increased reload speed and fire rate to go with everything else you've done so far, and it unlocks Pirate Ship mode, which is probably the most powerful action package available to Claptrap. Not only that, but Pirate Ship mode lasts a long time and deals a lot of explosive damage, which, based on these two abilities here, is getting amplified even further. Next up, I'm going to I Love You Guys, which isn't a full tank build, but it does have enough tankiness to make you be able to solo big bosses on your own while also buffing you. I prefer Best Buds for Life because of the bonus downtime, downed gun damage, and the damage resistance and health regen when you pop back up, as opposed to the health regen and status effect here. Considering you're going to be doing a lot of explosive damage, you're not going to be doing as much status effect damage as your high priority, and so I'd prefer my health regen to come in a form that is better for explosives. Kick him while he's down isn't that great of an ability, because aggro isn't really a necessary thing, and Clap in the Box isn't that great of an action package, so I'm just going to skip it. And instead going to go into Through Thick and Thin, because, hey, having cooldown is nice, but when VoltHunter.exe is running, this bonus is transferred to your allies, which, considering living near the edge, lasts you about a minute to a minute and a half. That's 25% action cooldown rate for about a minute to a minute and a half for all your allies, meaning an ally such as Jack or Wilhelm are going to be able to go, hey cool ability, hey cool ability, hey cool ability. Meanwhile, your characters like Nisha and Athena and Aurelia are just going to be able to spam like hell, which is pretty cool. You're Gonna Love Me unlocks Gun Wizard, which is a pretty good action package, though still not as good in my opinion as Pirate Ship mode. Gun Wizard is pretty damn good. It also gives you Friendship Novas, which if you have a melee ally, such as Athena or Nisha, this helps to buff them by giving them more heals. Though it's not necessary, and if you choose to instead have a different point somewhere else, I would recommend a point into All Things Are Awesome. However, I prefer the You're Gonna Love Me tree because Gun Wizard. Next is It's a Trap card. Whenever your shield's depleted, you release a Mega Nova, which deals explosive damage to hurt enemies, which the damage isn't amazing, but it's still damage. And it heals you and your friends for up to 15% of their max health. I think this is a pretty good ability, though you're not required to get it. It's just a good ability. If you'd rather, you can put 5 points into Wax On, Wax Off, or put 4 points in after you have It's a Trap card. Of the abilities you have left over, I prefer either All Things Are Awesome or Organized Guns Are Happy. Organized Guns Are Happy gives you bonus magazine size for everything, which is nice because you're going to have higher fire rate anyway. And you also have All Things Are Awesome, which gives you fire rate, weapon swap speed, and max health. So really, between those two, it's up to you. I prefer All Things Are Awesome because if you have more than one Claptrap, this just stacks. I'm only going to put 4 points in at the moment because having 5 points in at Wax On, Wax Off is, in my opinion, better than having the 5th point in All Things Are Awesome. High Five Guys is a nice little buff that you can use once every 30 seconds to increase gun damage by 15%, fire rate by 50%, and gives you some health regen. Whether you're playing solo or with friends, it's a good ability. Plus, it actually stacks pretty well with Living at the Edge. That being said, we have 23 points left over, and I'm not planning on going down Fragmented Fractrap except for the 3 points here in Fuzzy Logic, because taking any damage gives you 30% extra critical hit damage for a few seconds, which is pretty nice, actually. To finish up Boom Trap, I'm going to put 5 points into Repulsive. The explosive damage that it deals isn't amazing, but it is buffed by Load and Explode. But by a bit. The Blast Wave functions similarly to a Slam, or to the Robot Fist ability of Wilhelm, knocking back opponents, which is pretty nice, actually. Especially if you have issues with lots of melee attackers. With 15 points remaining, I'm recommending putting points in Organized Guns Are Happy, Kick 'em While He's Up, and finishing off All Things Are Awesome, leaving you with 4 points left over. You can put these 4 points in whatever you choose. However, you have many good options, which, it's really up to you. If you want to have more tankiness, put it in Painful Simulator is Painful. If you want to have better elemental chance, put it in Maniacal Laughter. If you really want to go into the subroutines, being able to do Safety First, all of the guns, and then 2 points into Blue Shell is alright too, though probably won't get you as much bonuses as you want. I don't recommend Killbot because it costs you your shields, which, true, you have wax on, wax off, but you don't want this to be you don't want to be constantly knocking down your shield, because you have enough health regen that giving you more health regen isn't really going to help. Start with a Bang hurts you a little bit, and but it deals damage to your current health, and it gives you rank damage for explosive. You already have a buff to the last shot in your magazine. You don't really need bonus damage to the first shot, and so that's why I don't think start with a Bang or Killbot's great. And Hyperion Punch, you're not going to be doing a lot of melee damage anyway, especially since you have the knockback from Repulsive, so don't put in a Hyperion Punch. Between these two, I'd probably put it in Maniacal Laughter, because 16% status effect chance isn't bad. Though, at the same time, 24% bonus health and 16%, close to 17% damage reduction isn't bad either, so really, that's up to you. Until next time, I'm Metagross Freak, and I hope this was helpful in creating your level 70 Claptraps. See you in the next video.